Well, hello. Hello, America. I want to talk to you about Donald Trump. I'm actually David Campbell. I am very fortunate to be the Chief Content Officer at Dance Network, which is a new digital television network that features all things dance. And it's based right here in Nashville, Tennessee, although our content comes from all over the world. And I'm very happy also to be one of the table hosts at Oz Arts fundraising dinner, Wednesday, the 8th of February. Got it. Nailed it. Don't have a teleprompter. It's just me. It's all up here. Started out in Broadway as a gopher, working my way up the ladder, sort of. A few rungs fell out and, stumbles along the way. But then after I left Broadway because I needed to find a real job where you could make an actual living, I started, one of my friends who was a comedian said, you should start a talent management agency and manage comics, and I will lead you to the new hot young comics coming up. This was in the early 90s. And I said, okay, not ever having done that. I did wind up managing a lot of young, wonderful comics in the early days of their career. People like Dana Gould, and Louis C.K. was one of them. And, he was awesome. He was so fun. And I knew when, it wasn't just me, everybody, when they saw Louis, even in those very early days, that he was a brilliant, original mind. Then after I quit the talent, one of my clients came in to the company. He was my best friend, Jim Jenkins, and he had this idea for a character. He had actually drawn this character all over his apartment. He had it on sweaters. He had it on plates. He brought me in one day. He said, "What am I going to do with this?" I said, "Well, who is this?" He says, "It's either Brian or Doug. I don't know. A plain name, though." I said, "Well, you should write a book." So he and a friend of mine, of his and mine, wrote a book called Doug Got a New Pair of Shoes. Eventually, we took that book to Nickelodeon when they were looking to launch Nicktoons, again, in the early 90s. Fortunately, Doug launched in 91 or 92 with Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy on Nicktoons. It launched the Nicktoons franchise, which, of course, in my opinion, went on, not just because of Doug, but because of everything that it was, changed television animation for kids. So we produced Doug, then we produced a couple of other shows for Nickelodeon, and then we went on and sold our company to Walt Disney Company, where we did more Doug episodes, and we also did 101 Dalmatians, the series. We did PB&J Otter, we did JoJo Circus, we did Stanley, and then after many years we left Disney. Then I moved down to Nashville, Tennessee, and I got this job working on the fabulous Dance Network, looking for the content. It's so much fun. Dancing is so much fun, and it's really good for you, and it changes your life. It teaches you how to express your real inner self. Not me, of course, but all of you, because I don't dance. I was raised where that was a sin. I was the star of Footloose, you may recall. Well, one thing I'm doing, if you really want to be in the know, is I'm writing a Broadway musical. My musical is called Holy Fire. It's set in Nashville, Tennessee. It's about the all-American conflation of politics, religion, and showbiz. So we're right on time. So I would love for you to join me next Wednesday night. Cocktails at 6, dinner at 7, conversations at Oz, Wednesday, February the 8th. I keep remembering that. And we'd love to have you there. Let's talk entertainment. Let's talk politics. Let's talk food. Let's talk about other people behind their back. Let's do it Wednesday night.